Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, we have our lucky Tom Brady because we have won the division again. I know Tom's no longer with the team, but as a 7-time Super Bowl champ, we need him in this playoff run. As you know, we beat the New Orleans Saints Sunday to become the NFC champions. For the 4 times in the last 4 years, we've been the champions of the NFC South. And we'll take on the Washington Commanders Sunday night on NBC at Raymond James Stadium in the wild card round of the NFC playoffs and NFL playoffs. So it was a great game Sunday. It was kind of touch and go that first half. We came back in the second half, won the game. As you all know, Mike Evans got his 1,000 yards and tied Jerry Rice as the greatest receiver of all time, having 11 1,000-yard seasons in a consecutive row. And he joined great company with Jerry Rice, a great receiver from the 49ers. The team made sure he got that ball that last play, and everybody watched it, and it's burnt into their memories. We're going to move on now tonight with this playoff special here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy and talk about the game that we have Sunday night against the Washington Commanders. And a very pivotal game, as you know, because it's win, go on, lose, or go home. And we want to keep winning. So I want to thank the crew. I want to DJ X for the present of Tom Brady here. We got him right here at the Buck helmet. And we're going to he's going to give us some good luck. We pray here Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And a lot of big news on injuries. Today we had Antonio Winfield, our safety, walk through the practice. As you know, the Buccaneers secondary has been decimated with injury, and we've lost injuries all over. Jamel Dean, Whitehead, Antonio Winfield. We've had to bring Mike Edwards and other ones in there, and they've even been injured. So this is a plus for us to get Antonio Winfield at least walking through practice. Looking good for him to play Sunday, which we definitely need him. It's all hands on deck now. So that's a big plus. And Kate Otten, our tight end, was in practice today also, which is another player that we've been sorely missing for the last few weeks, even though Payne Durham and Culp have been doing great work at the tight end position. We can use everybody we have this Sunday night. We're going up against a formidable team in the Washington Commanders. You know we beat them the first game of the season at Raymond James, but they are a very great improved team over last year. Jalen Daniels has been playing out of his mind, the Heisman Trophy winner, rookie quarterback for the Washington Commanders. And we've got 2 Heisman Trophy winners there with Baker and with Jalen Daniels on Sunday night. It's going to be a tough game. We're going to have to really get on the ground and run, let Bucky Irvin and Rashad and White, and then we can get Sean Tucker in there. I'd like to see Sean Tucker in there a lot and let him really have a night of it. And that 3-headed monster can open up our passing game. And we're really going to have a tough situation. Our defense is going to have to show up and stop the short passes, to hike the ball and get it right to where the linebacker's standing. You're going to have to take away that pass and try to eliminate them throwing on us. They know we're decimated going into this playoff game. There's no doubt that their scouts know we are decimated in the secondary. So that even makes Antonio Winfield coming back in our lineup that much more needed. Shaq Barrett played last week, as you know, a few plays, didn't do anything spectacular. But if you'll watch that line, they'll use that tight end to chip Shaq Barrett because they respect him. Okay, so when he came in there, that tight end was on Shaq a little bit, and that allowed Clancy and Vita Vea to get a little bit deeper push. So it's even him not even getting to the quarterback, but just being on the field. So it was good to see Shaq Barrett out there. He'll be ready. I don't see any injuries on our defensive line that I know of that are serious. Of course, our linebacker core is decimated down to Russell and David, and we've got KJ Britt here and there. KJ Britt is injured, but he played sparingly. Everybody's injured at this time of the year in some which way or another, but I'm talking about permanently injured, like Whitehead, which has got a pectoral muscle that's tore, and he's out for the season. There's no question he's not coming back. So anyhow, we're going to try to get you ready for the game and let you, you've sent a lot of questions in this week about the game, so we're going to go right to the questions. And the first question tonight is, what do you think about the defensive line of the Washington Commanders I think they're a great defensive line. They can get after the quarterback and they can collapse that pocket. Our offensive line is going to have to really, really, really play a big, big game, which they have been playing. It's going to be physicality out there in the playoffs, and that's what it's going to be about. So I think their defensive line is going to be a formidable opponent. We're going to have to block well and keep them off of Baker. Keep that pocket clean for Baker to look and find his targets. And furthermore, open up holes for our running backs to establish that running game. That's their weakness. If our secondary is a weakness of the Bucks, the running game is a weakness of the Commanders. They don't have a good run defense. We've got a stable full of thoroughbred runners. That's where we're going to have to kind of match that up. But I hope we can get a little bit of a pass rush in there and get him flustered, because Daniels has got wheels too. He can get out there outside the pocket and run like a deer. Okay, if you haven't watched him. So it's going to be a tough game. I think it'll be going to come down to 3 points, and I think the Bucks will get that. I think the Bucks will have a good game and a good game plan coming into this game. The next question is, what do I think about our receiving core for this game? And this is from Bruce. And Bruce, last question from Tammy. God bless you, Tammy. Bruce wanted to know about our receivers. I don't see any receiving problem other than the ones we've already had with Chris Godwin. Trey Palmer's ready to go. Miller's ready to go. Shepard's ready to go. Even though Shepard left the game the other day, he's ready to go. McMillan's ready to go. Evans is ready to go. If we can get back Cade Otton, we'll have Durham, Culp, Otton at tight end. I don't see no problem. I don't see no problem with the receivers. Bruce, I think we're good on our receivers. As far as McClory, their star receiver on the Commanders, he's good to go. And their other receivers, I haven't heard they're injured, so I don't think the Commanders have a problem with their receivers either. God bless you, and thank you for your question, Bruce. And the last question is from Ann, and Ann wanted to know what I thought about the shooting, finger pointing that J Mac did the other day and got a 15-yard penalty. J Mac pointed at first down, but he pointed it towards the player. And that's just a rookie thing. He wasn't paying attention, and the guy walked in front of him when he was pointing for the first down. And they'll throw that on you. So everybody's got to not have any penalties. Penalty-free football makes you a winner, and this game in the playoff is pivotal. We don't want any stupid knocking somebody down out of bounds or doing something stupid and getting a 15-yard penalty for it, hitting a player after he's down, rolling on top of one like the Saints did on Baker the other day and got a 15-yard penalty over it because he was pushing another guy, and the other guy hit Baker on the ground, and they fell down on there where Baker was at, got a 15-yard penalty. You can't do anything stupid like that. And I know that there's going to be a lot of trash talking out there, but you can't let the emotions get the best of you and lose 15 yards, because that could be critical. And critical is every inch here in these playoffs, because, again, the loser goes home and the winner goes on. So, basically, I think the Bucks are coming into this game strong. Their offense is strong. It's the third best passing offense. It's the third best running offense. It's second best yardage per game. The second best points per game. They're a hot offense. There's no question. But their defense is a suspect problem. The secondary especially. Letting Jalen Daniels break, contain, and get loose and run or throw. And he can do both. And he's a young, elite quarterback. Not a good one. An elite one. Look for him always in the next few years. He is an elite quarterback, Jalen Daniels is. A lot of people didn't think he would be as good as he was. I certainly didn't. I'll say it right now tonight. I thought he'd be good. As good as he is, no. So we've got to really play our A game, and I think we're ready to bring it. The weather, I think, is going to be in the 60s, which is not terrible weather. Not going to be frozen or frostbitten anywhere. But I think no expectation of rain. A good crowd, good home crowd. Get that crowd out there. All the Buck fans, Sports Talk with the Cowboy fans, get out there to Raymond James Stadium and support these Bucks. We got Tom Brady here, the lucky helmet here. We're pulling for him. We're praying for him. We want to come back next week with good news that we have advanced to the division round of the playoffs. There'll be a lot of other teams playing this week, as you know, in many, many games. We've got Philadelphia and the Packers playing. Got the Bills and the Chargers playing. You've got some good, tough games. You got the Rams and the Minnesota Vikings playing. these games are critical in the AFC and the NFC. So who we would play when we win. I'm gonna say that when we win. So until next show, God bless you, and be with you through this next week. And we hope that the Bucks pull off that victory against Commanders. Go Bucks! God bless you, Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?